My name is Jason, and this is Just Watches. Okay, today we have a watch I was lucky enough to borrow to review. This is the bronze Halios Seaforth. So I've really wanted to get my hands on a Halios for a long time, and I was excited to get this one in for review. However, before we get to that review, if you're enjoying the contents of this channel, I invite you to subscribe, and if you like the contents of this individual video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much. For price and availability, well, as of the recording of this video, I don't think the Seaforth is currently available, but don't take my word on that. Halios watches are a little bit tricky to get your hands on. I know there is a version 4 coming out, but I'm not exactly sure on the ordering process at this time. The case is 40 millimeters in diameter, 47 millimeters lug to lug. It's very thin, it's 11.5 millimeters, but I would say close to 2 millimeters of that is this boxed sapphire crystal, and then it has a 20 millimeter lug with opening. Now on this strap, this is not the stock strap, but it weighs in at 76 grams. So this case is bronze, and as you can see, it has a really cool patina going. Now you can remove this patina, but over time the bronze will start to patina again. Some people even accelerate the patina with the use of lemonade, coffee, or other substances. The shape of this case is very interesting. The lugs are quite angular and then angled down from the case. The crown is flanked by large crown guards, and then the fixed bezel sits atop the mid case. I find the mix of curved and angular surfaces used in this case very interesting. Now, I don't have the stock strap for this watch, but you can see it here on this NATO style strap. I think this watch will look fantastic on a large variety of strap colors and different types of straps. And then with this 20 millimeter lug with opening, you're not going to have any shortage of options. The screw and case back is not bronze, but you won't notice when you wear the watch. The watch has 200 meters of water resistance and actually quite a sparse case back with just limited information about the watch overall. I do believe these are individually numbered, however. This watch is powered by the ETA 2824. This is a hacking, hand-winding, 28,800 vibration per hour movement with a 38-hour power reserve and a stated accuracy of plus or minus 12 seconds a day. However, as you can see, this one is keeping better time than that, with running about 4 to 5 seconds with the dial up, and then about plus 5 to plus 6 seconds a day with the crown up. The 6.5 millimeter screw down crown is signed with the Halios logo. It is wide enough in profile that it is easy to unthread despite the crown guards. The threading and unthreading action is very smooth. I would say this crown is the perfect size both for the look of the watch overall as well as functionality. Now, I absolutely love this massive boxed sapphire that rises out of the case. The crystal is imposing. There's no ignoring it. I would say it almost borders on too large if it wasn't so much fun. You get distortions around the edge and it just gives the watch a ton of character. Spending time with this watch and being able to appreciate the dial has made me understand why people are so obsessed with Halios. The layout of all the elements and the dedication to symmetry, even splitting the word automatic around the 6 o'clock index, is all extremely satisfying. Dashes reside around the edge of the dial, marking off the minutes. The 12 o'clock index is a triangle, which helps with orientation, and all of the indices are applied and filled with lume. The hands and indices are a gold tone that really complements the color of the dial and the bronze case. The color of the dial itself is an extremely dynamic sunburst blue that will change shades depending on the light. Finally, Halios and Seaforth reside at 12 with negative space at 6. The hands are a gold tone to match the indices, and the hour and minute hands are gabled and catch light nicely. They are also partially filled with lume. The marshmallow on a stick second hand is lumed towards the tip and has a short counterbalance. Now, if you watch this channel, you know I am very particular about the lengths of the hands on a watch, and Halios has basically achieved perfection here on all 3 of these hands. The hour hand is just long enough to touch the inner edge of the hour index, the minute hand just long enough to meet the dashes at the edge of the dial, and then the second hand is reaching just all the way out to the edge of the dial. This is another detail that makes me understand why Halios is such a popular watch company. The lume is responsive, bright, and long-lasting. You can see it is going toe-to-toe with Raven and Dryden, 2 other brands that do excellent lume. And here is the watch on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. That 40 millimeter diameter by 47 millimeter lug to lug is going to be a great size on a large variety of wrist sizes. Pros and cons, starting with pros. Well, the design of this watch is stellar. The dial layout, the length of the hands, the symmetry, all of these things are really well executed. Second, you get quite quite a bit of specs for a pretty incredible price. When you compare the overall quality for the price to some other brands, micros included, Halios is at the top of the pack. Third, I just love this dial. It is mesmerizing and such a good match to the bronze case. As for cons, I think the biggest con for this watch is that it's going to be difficult to get one. They do float around the used market, but when Halios does release watches, they tend to sell out very quickly. If you are lucky enough to get your hands on one of these watches, I think you will be quite pleased. As for comparables, for around the same price, you can get a Baltic Aquascape. This is another brand with quite a bit of fanfare. Unfortunately, I have not handled one, but I hear great things about them. Another alternative might be the Certina Action Diver. You can check out a review I did of that watch. I'll pop a link in the upper right hand corner. For a bit more, you could check out the Doxa Sub 300. This watch also comes in very fun colorways and has a bit of a vintage feel. So there you have it, the Halios Seaforth in bronze. What do you think about this watch? Let me know in the comment section below. As always, if you're enjoying the contents of this channel, I invite you to subscribe. And if you like the contents of this individual video, please give it a thumbs up. That's all for this time. My name is Jason, and you have been watching Just Watches.